Wait, people are still tying their hair in temples. Are we living in the Stone Age, or does this actually mean something?
Across cultures and continents, one simple act connects humanity in sacred spaces: the tying of hair. From ancient Hindu temples to Sikh gurdwaras, from Jewish synagogues to yogic practices, this isn't just about modesty or tradition. Modern science is now revealing what ancient wisdom always knew. Hair is far more than decoration. It's an antenna, an energy conductor, and a spiritual tool. Recent scientific research has discovered that hair acts as an extension of our nervous system. Dr. Ruixin Wang's 2013 study revealed that hair follicles contain nerve endings that send environmental signals directly to the brain. Indigenous cultures understood this millennia ago. Hair functions as a biological antenna, conducting electromagnetic energy and enhancing our connection to subtle environmental frequencies. So no, we're not living in the Stone Age. We're finally catching up to ancient wisdom with modern instruments.
You're telling me my hair is an antenna? Is this a new 5G conspiracy, or have yogis been onto something for centuries?
When hair flows freely, it radiates energy outward into the environment. But when tied, particularly in a coil or knot, it creates what scientists call an electromagnetic induction effect. Just like a coiled antenna in a radio, this amplifies and conserves energy within the body. Kundalini yoga traditions teach that coiling hair at the crown draws solar energy downward, while encouraging spiritual energy to rise up the spine. This creates a balanced energy circulation essential for meditation and spiritual practices. Your hair follicles are literally wired into your nervous system. Research shows they're equipped with sensory receptors that detect environmental changes: temperature, humidity, electromagnetic fields, even subtle vibrations. When you tie your hair in sacred spaces, you're not cutting off this sensitivity. You're focusing it inward rather than letting it scatter in all directions. Ancient yogis knew this long before we had the technology to measure bioelectric fields.
My energy leaks because my hair's loose? So if I go bald, I lose all my superpowers?
For men, shorter hair naturally limits energy dispersion. However, the ancient practice of maintaining a shika, a sacred tuft at the crown, serves a profound purpose. Positioned precisely over the Sahasrara or crown chakra, the shika acts as a spiritual antenna, preserving vital energy called ojas. This practice appears across cultures. Sikhs maintain their kesh under turbans. Jewish men keep payot, all recognizing hair's role in spiritual connection. The shika is tied during sacred rituals to contain energy and untied during specific ceremonies, showing its dynamic spiritual function. It's not about having more hair. It's about strategic energy management at the most spiritually sensitive point on your body. Even men with minimal hair can benefit from covering their crown during meditation or prayer, which is why skull caps, turbans, and kippas exist across traditions. The crown chakra area remains energetically active regardless of how much hair you have.
Why do women with their streaming Rapunzel locks get told to tie up? Is this just more ancient patriarchy?
Women's longer hair creates a more extensive energy field, making the practice of tying hair especially significant in sacred spaces. Ancient texts describe hair as absorbing both positive and negative vibrations from the environment. In temples, consecrated spaces charged with high-frequency spiritual energy, bound hair protects the crown chakra while preventing the absorption of conflicting energies from crowds. This isn't restriction. It's energetic protection and focus. Think of it this way: if you're trying to tune into a specific radio station, you don't want interference from other signals. Women's hair, being longer and more abundant, creates a larger electromagnetic field. In crowded sacred spaces, this can lead to energy overload or absorption of others' scattered thoughts and emotions. Tying the hair creates a boundary, allowing for cleaner spiritual reception while maintaining your own energetic integrity. It's not about patriarchy. It's about energy hygiene in high-vibration environments.
Okay, so what's up with the whole mundane shaving ritual? Is my past karma stored in my hair, and a haircut is like pressing reset?
One of Hinduism's most profound hair rituals is mundane, the ceremonial first haircut. Performed between ages 1-7, often at sacred rivers or temples, this ceremony is believed to remove negative karmic influences from past lives. Modern Ayurvedic practitioners explain that shaving the head regulates body temperature, enhances blood circulation to the scalp, and opens the crown chakra for better energy flow. The ritual symbolizes spiritual purification and a fresh beginning, with the offered hair representing detachment from worldly concerns. Hair is considered to store memory and energy patterns, not just from this life, but according to tradition, from previous incarnations as well. By removing this accumulated energy through mundane, the child gets a clean slate for spiritual development. The timing is crucial. It's done when the child is old enough to handle the energy shift, but young enough that their spiritual pathways are still forming. It's cosmic spring cleaning at the most fundamental level.
So what's the deal with Chanakya's untied shikha? Was he making a fashion statement or threatening world peace?
History records a dramatic demonstration of hair's energetic power. When the great strategist Chanakya was humiliated at the Nanda court, he untied his sacred shikha and made a devastating vow. He declared he would not retie it until the dynasty fell. This wasn't mere symbolism. By releasing his hair, Chanakya was radiating his focused anger and determination outward, inspiring all who encountered him. Ancient texts describe how his untied hair became like a serpent that would return to bite his enemies. The untied shikha served as a constant reminder of his mission and a way to transmit his revolutionary energy to others. People who met him felt the intensity of his purpose. His loose hair was literally broadcasting his emotional and mental state. True to his word, he never retied it until the Nandas were defeated and Chandragupta sat on the throne. It was psychological warfare at its most sophisticated level, using energy transmission through intentionally unbound hair.
Loose hair is divine chaos? Is that why Goddess Kali rocks the ultimate wild hair look?
In divine iconography, hair tells profound stories. Goddess Kali is depicted with wild, untamed hair flowing freely. Each strand represents a soul, and her unbound locks symbolize boundless cosmic energy breaking all limitations. Her flowing hair represents the raw, primal force of creation and destruction, divine Shakti that cannot be contained. This untamed hair shows energy freely radiating outward, transforming everything it touches. It's the perfect counterpoint to the contained energy of tied hair in sacred practices. When Kali's hair flows wild, it means the universe is in a state of active transformation. Boundaries are dissolving, old structures are crumbling, and new realities are being born. Her hair isn't just a fashion choice, it's a visual representation of cosmic forces unleashed. She embodies the divine feminine in its most raw, unfiltered state, pure energy without containment or control.
Is swinging hair in a golf ritual a way to throw your energy at strangers? Isn't that against social distancing guidelines?
The golf's Al-Ayala dance reveals another dimension of hair's energetic power. Women swing their loose hair rhythmically, traditionally to honor visitors and transfer positive energy to them. Some of you might have remembered recent visit by Mr. Trump to Saudi Arabia, and as part of his welcome, he was given this welcome. This ancient practice recognizes hair as a vehicle for energy transmission. When hair flows freely in specific patterns, it can direct and share vital force with others. The synchronized movement creates a collective energy field that celebrates community and protection. It's not random energy throwing. It's a carefully orchestrated ritual where the hair movement follows specific patterns designed to channel blessings and good fortune toward honored guests. The practice demonstrates that hair can be used intentionally as an energy transmission tool when the situation calls for it. But notice the key difference. This is done in open spaces with specific intent, not in confined sacred spaces where energy conservation is the goal.
All right, Jester Devi, if only one goddess rolls around with wild hair, does that make her the original rebel?
In the vast pantheon of Hindu goddesses, one figure stands apart through her loose, unbound hair, Jyestha Devi, also known as Alakshmi. Unlike every other goddess depicted with carefully arranged locks, Jyestha appears with wild, uncontrolled hair that flows freely around her dark form. This isn't accidental iconography, it's profound spiritual symbolism. As the elder sister and complete antithesis of goddess Lakshmi, Jyestha represents misfortune, poverty, and inauspiciousness. Her loose hair serves as a visual metaphor for uncontrolled energy dispersion. While Lakshmi's well-arranged hair conserves and channels positive energy, Jyestha's flowing locks scatter and dissipate energy chaotically. Ancient texts describe her dwelling in places where there is long hair, skulls, bones, ashes, all symbols of disorder and spiritual imbalance. Her untamed hair doesn't just represent her wild nature, it actively radiates discord and misfortune to her surroundings. This divine example demonstrates exactly why controlled, tied hair is essential in sacred spaces. It prevents the kind of energy scattering that Jistha embodies.
But everyone preaches personal choice. If my loose hair is my business, why should devotees care?
You might wonder, if hair energy is personal, why should individual choice matter to others? The answer lies in the science of collective energy fields. Research has shown that human bioelectromagnetic fields extend 3-8 feet around each person. In confined sacred spaces like temples, these individual energy fields overlap and interact, creating what scientists call field entrainment. When someone with loose hair enters this environment, their dispersed energy can disrupt the collective field harmony. Studies at temples using electromagnetic field detectors found that spaces maintain higher, more stable energy frequencies when participants follow traditional hair protocols. Think of it like an orchestra. One out-of-tune instrument affects the entire symphony. Your loose hair doesn't just scatter your own energy, it influences everyone's biofield within proximity. This is why ancient traditions emphasized collective responsibility in sacred spaces. Temple visits are community experiences where individual choices ripple through the entire gathering. When we tie our hair, we're not just managing our personal energy, we're contributing to the collective sacred atmosphere that benefits everyone present.
Is all this hair protocol just cultural copy-pasting, or does it really span across traditions?
This wisdom transcends cultures. Native American trackers believed long hair enhanced intuition and situational awareness. Vietnam War accounts suggest their abilities diminished when forced to cut their hair. Celtic priests had their hair ceremonially combed during rituals to maintain clear channels to speak to God. Kundalini yoga practitioners cover their heads with turbans, creating 5-7 layers that support cranial stability while containing energy. Even in modern energy healing, practitioners recognize hair as holding memory and protecting the nervous system. The practice of hair covering exists in Judaism with kippas and wigs, in Islam with hijabs, in Christianity with veils, and in Sikhism with turbans. Each tradition developed these practices independently, yet they all recognize the same fundamental truth. Hair is energetically significant and requires conscious management in spiritual contexts. The universality of these practices across unconnected cultures suggests something deeper than mere tradition. It points to a fundamental understanding of human energy anatomy that transcends cultural boundaries.
So the temple itself is a hotspot for energy, and my ponytail is a plug-in device.
Ancient temples were built on geomagnetic hotspots, locations where Earth's magnetic energy is naturally concentrated. Using magnetometers, scientists have confirmed these sites align with ley lines and telluric currents. Temples like Brihadiswarar in Tamil Nadu and Kailasa at Ellora sit on major geomagnetic vortexes. When you enter these spaces with properly tied hair, you're not just following tradition, you're optimizing your energy field to resonate with these powerful natural frequencies. Modern research using Gauss meters has detected higher electromagnetic activity in temple sanctums. Biofield photography shows that people's energy fields expand after temple visits, particularly when proper hair protocols are followed. Research by Nimhans found that temple visits significantly impact brainwave activity, especially alpha and theta waves associated with deep meditation. Hair's role as a conductor of the body's electromagnetic field means it directly influences these measurable energy changes. Your tied hair isn't just a plug-in device. It's a sophisticated tuning system that helps you harmonize with the temple's amplified energy field.
What if I just want dopamine, not cosmic kundalini? Do I still gotta tie my hair?
For modern practitioners, this ancient wisdom offers practical guidance regardless of your spiritual goals. Tying hair before entering sacred spaces isn't about submission, it's about energetic optimization. Whether you're visiting a temple, practicing meditation, or engaging in any spiritual activity, consider your hair as part of your energy management system. Loose hair radiates energy outward, while tied hair conserves and channels it inward. Choose consciously based on your intention. Even if you're just seeking stress relief or a mood boost, the energy conservation from tied hair enhances focus and promotes the calm alertness that naturally increases dopamine and serotonin production. Studies show that people who follow traditional energy practices in sacred spaces report higher levels of satisfaction and peace compared to those who don't. So whether you're after enlightenment or just a good feeling, tied hair helps you get there more efficiently.
Cut to the chase. Is tying hair about bossing people around for God, or is there real respect involved?
This practice also maintains the sanctity of sacred spaces. Hair naturally sheds, and in consecrated environments, preventing hair fall shows deep respect for the divine presence. But beyond cleanliness, tied hair demonstrates inner discipline and reverence, qualities essential for authentic spiritual connection. It's a physical expression of mental and spiritual preparation. The practice represents a conscious choice to align with the energy of the space and the community gathered there. It shows you understand that sacred spaces operate on different principles than everyday environments. When you tie your hair, you're making a statement. I'm here with intention, I respect this space, and I'm willing to modify my personal habits for the collective spiritual benefit. This isn't about God bossing you around. It's about recognizing that certain environments require different energy protocols, just like you dress differently for a job interview versus a beach party.
Anything else I should rebel against? Or have we covered every strand?
The spectrum of divine feminine hair tells a complete story of energy management. Goddess Parvati, the ideal householder, displays perfectly bound hair, representing controlled domestic energy. Lakshmi and Saraswati show well-combed but unbound hair, symbolizing flowing abundance and knowledge within civilized bounds. Durga's loose hair represents unleashed protective power during battle, while Kali's wild locks embody cosmic destruction and creation. At the extreme end, Jestha's chaotic hair represents total energy discord. This divine spectrum teaches us that hairstyling reflects consciousness levels and situational appropriateness. In peaceful, contemplative spaces like temples, we emulate Parvati's bound hair for harmony. During active spiritual practices, we might follow Lakshmi's model. But in sacred community spaces, loose hair like Jestha's creates the very chaos and misfortune that disrupts collective spiritual experience. The next time you approach a sacred space, remember, tying your hair connects you to an unbroken chain of wisdom spanning millennia. You're engaging with proven principles of energy management that modern science continues to validate. Your hair is your antenna, your energy conductor, your connection to both earthly and cosmic forces.
It's my business whether my hair is tied or not. Why is everyone else bothered about it?
Yes, it is your business. But when you are in a temple, you are sharing the energies with multiple others. Everyone has a right to keep their own energy center in a spiritual plane. You have no right to displace it with your fashion statements.
Ready to test your spiritual antenna, or still not buying it? Let's hear your hair-raising stories in the comments.
Have you experienced the difference between loose and tied hair in sacred spaces? Share your experiences in the comments below. Subscribe for more explorations of ancient wisdom through modern eyes. In a world increasingly disconnected from natural rhythms, these ancient practices offer pathways back to our energetic truth. Honor the tradition, trust the science, experience the transformation.